Recording in progress. So, what's happening here? When the event will happen next, how will you know? One is we know everything moves in cycles. So, certain events should repeat at certain point of time. So, the cyclic movement happens, keep happening. And depending on the present condition, you see that cyclic movement that is called Gochara, transit. Most of the Western astrology is based on Gochara or transit. They take the birth chart, they take the transit chart, compare it and say what is going to happen. Now in Indian astrology or Jyotishya, you have one more tool called Dasha. Dasha is where you divide the whole lifetime of a person, take it on an average, this person will stay for so many years, and then divide that whole lifetime into multiple parts.
Is it
Multiple.
Shishu that we
No, no.
read?
I am talking about the timeline of the whole life. For Vimshottari Dasha, that's one type of Dasha system. There are many systems of Dasha. You can divide the whole lifetime of a person into in multiple ways. The most famous one is Vimshottari Dasha. It is a Dasha based on Nakshatra. There are Dashas based on Rashi. Okay. Now you know about Rashi. So depending on the Rashi, you calculate the Dashas. Depending on Nakshatra, you calculate the Dashas. There are two ways of doing it. Nakshatra is also, I have told you already, it is divided into 27 parts. Correct? Yes or no? First nakshatra is Ashwini. We have one here with the same name. You are born in that nakshatra?
No,
Okay.
and Purvashada.
Purvashada. Okay. So you got the idea? So either using nakshatra or so Vimshottari Dasha is based on nakshatras. Now one very important thing to note is if you want to get Dasha absolutely right, you need to have a perfect time of birth. And your Ayan Amsha has to be perfect. Otherwise, you will end up having wrong timelines. I am not against Dasha. I don't use it as much because most of the time of birth is not perfect. And also the Ayan Amsha, there is still not a clear, even though I use an Ayan Amsha which I think is right, I really don't have a clear solution for it yet. So until I'm absolutely sure this is the Ayan Amsha I'm supposed to use, I'll not use Dasha so much. Not that I won't use. It will fall in place, not so much. That's it. But both of them will give you a good amount of idea what is going to happen in what period of time. Dasha and Gochara. Some people use both together along with the birth chart to give very good prediction. So that is also quite possible. For timing an event, you need to know all these three. Okay. So primarily Dasha is based, whether you take it either in Rashi or Nakshatra, still the Dasha Lord will be Grahas itself. So whose Dasha is going on means which Graha is prominent at this point of time. Also you divide the Dashas into multiple Antardashas. Dasha is a very large period of time. If you take 120 years and divide it, there's a ratio. In Vimshottari Dasha, you have all the, what you say, Grahas, Dasha. Navagrahas, Dashas are there. But each one of them is not, divided in a, what you say. The longest one is Shukra. So like it is not what you say equally divided. 120 years is assumed to be a person's life. But it is not divided equally. So it is divided in ratios. Huh.
So yeah, see, everything is based on the movement of grahas, right? If that movement keeps repeating after, let us say, X number of years,
Yeah.
right? So we talk about nakshatras or we talk about dashas also, everything will repeat in sync after
Yes.
that particular time. Perfectly right. It's cyclic or maybe spherical, right?
Correct.
So if I say Lord Ram got birth in X number of years, exactly on let us say 120 year, 30 days, 7 minutes, 8 seconds later, similar dasha, similar movement or position of all the grahas will happen.
Hmm.
So on that particular moment, whatever event that takes place
It has to
will be
happen again,
similar
is what
to
you're saying.
what?
It has to happen again, you're saying.
It has to happen similar again, similar event. May not, maybe Kala is different.
Ah,
Avastha, Kala, and all these will be different.
that's where understanding the movement is important. Graha movement.
Graham movement is similar now, isn't
No,
it?
no. Listen. Shani comes back to the same position every 30 years. That's it. Very simple. But Shani doesn't work in isolation. By the time Shani has gone around, for 30 years, Guru has been going around for 2.5 cycles. Correct, no? Guru has moved 2.5 cycles. By that time, Surya has moved 30 times. And all of these, since they are moving in an ecliptic way, they're not actually in circular way. So the timing is different. Means their movement through one Rashi need not be exactly same. Sometimes it moves faster, sometimes it goes slow. That's why it's called retrograde also. Retrograde motion, it appears to be going back. Atichari movement is moving fast. So when all these things are happening, let us say Shani was in X position in some 1780. After 30 years, Shani may come back to the same place, but Surya will not be exactly in the same place as it was 30 years back with respect to Shani. And you take all other grahas, they would have moved. They're not in the same place. Getting the same exact position back, the chart replicating, is a very huge number.
It could be
Exactly
a
same.
yuga. It could be a yuga in the calculation. They
Kalpas.
put
Kalpas.
kalpa. But is there defined anything? Because they have done this calculation for the kalpas also. Have they
Yeah,
defined
yeah.
anything?
Yes, yes. That's why we say cyclic movement, no? So we already have. That's why it is said, in Treta Yuga, so and so has come. Dwapara Yuga, so and so has come. Next Kali Yuga finishes. Again Satya Yuga will start. Then again everything will repeat in the similar way. Already it is said. Why do you use the Yuga otherwise? So it's a very large timeline. The kind of combination with the exact degrees to come back, it is taking yugas. More than that, actually. So Rama will take birth again, but it will be in next. Which yuga?
Same yuga only. In the name of Kalki or people, in the same yuga, right?
No. Why?
Every yuga will
Rama took
have
birth
Ram,
in
one
which
Rama.
yuga? No.
It's a Vishnu's
Treta
avatar.
Yuga.
In Treta Yuga he came, no. He'll next come back again next Treta Yuga. Wait for it.
Some avatar of every yuga, one Rama is coming in a different
So,
avatar.
no, no, that is different. You are interpreting
Right.
the avatar of Vishnu. You asked about Rama, then only Rama's avatar I am telling you.
So that's Treta Yuga.
Like that. So the repetition of the event, according to Hindus, my Hindu understanding of our Vedic understanding, is in yugas. Very simple.
Okay, right.
You got the idea.
That's too long to predict precisely which year, which month
Ah, correct.
the next avatar will come.
You don't know what is going to happen. One big asteroid comes and hits Earth. The Earth movement changes. It moves like this. Your whole, timeline went for a toss. Apparently, that Three Gorges Dam or whatever it is called in China, the moment they built it and stopped the water, there was a change in speed of the Earth movement. It seems. So something or the other will happen. It is not that simple. If it was that simple, everybody would have become astrologers, isn't it? So what happens generally, the repetition of the exact Xerox copy of the chart is extremely rare. It is rare to the extent of, to the power of n.
There
Show
are
me
three
exactly
human.
same chart sometime before. You will not get it.
Kala, I mean, that can be possible
You can
mathematically.
have the same number of grahas in the same grahas in the same rashi, but the degrees will be different.
Even that can be found. Yeah, mathematically that can be found.
Mathematically you find it, but it will be a very long period. That's what I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
very long period. That is because of the movements are elliptical, not the exact circle also,
It's a
and
very long period, very difficult to find. That's what I'm telling you.
long
As
period.
you go, see, our ancestors were not stupid. What they did, they not just found, how actually time is calculated. Surya Siddhanta is the latest iteration of Siddhantas. Siddhanta by itself is calculation. The latest iteration of that calculation is Surya Siddhanta. The first iteration was Brahma Siddhanta, where Brahma gave this Siddhanta, the whole calculation. Of that, at least known is around 12 iterations have happened, out of which 5 are known. Okay. And out of all this, the beauty is every time a new Siddhanta has come, the timeline is so long, you have to add certain amount of time to make it to the present number. So there is an extra time which is to be added due to the changes. It's called Bija Samskara. They add something called Bija. Every time there's a new Siddhanta, there is some amount of Bija which is added and the calculation starts from there. So means they have gone to that level of timing it. If you see, if they can talk about the petals, you take a pin and poke it and make a that much short time, and they can talk about timeline of kalpa. Imagine what is the amount of thought process which has gone into it, logically also. And still it is said there is no starting and ending of time. Same people have told. Why they say that? Because it is spherical. You can never find it as start and end. So it's a secret. It is very difficult for one to understand. Logically, you cannot understand. So it will come back. That's a right idea what you said. But the timeline is so long. When it's going to come back, you can't logically comprehend it. And there is no point also in it, because you will never be able to use it for any good use. But what you said is right. Mathematically, it is right. It has to come back to the same point. All combination exactly has to come back. The
One,
quality of time will come back. See, understand this one concept. Today I was explaining it to somebody else. They were asking a question. Let us say somebody has a karma of killing someone and going to jail. Okay. Here, the end result is one is put in confinement for a long period of time without freedom and experiencing that sad moment. Are you able to understand? And having a bad name in the society. All these are what are the outcomes of the event. Correct? This person has done something else which he has to pay for. That's why this kind of a situation has come. He has to go through that karma. But he need not kill someone to go through it. That's where Ichcha Shakti is. You cannot say that, oh, previous karma was there, now I have to kill someone. That's the most stupidest reason you can give. Because if your karma is not the action, your karma is of the result. It may sound weird for you, but what you get out of your karma is your karma. Karma is action. What do I mean by that? That's what gurus do. A Sadguru, whatever, not by the name. What they do, they'll guide you. Like how? They'll see your karma. Oh, you're supposed to be going through this kind of pain, or this kind of happiness, or this kind of. But the route which you are supposed to experience is tedious. They'll find a better way. You have to go through that kind of result because that is part of your karma. So the result generally doesn't change. But you will go through it in such a way that it will not create so much of pain for you. Are you able to understand this? So somebody came to me and told me, oh, I have got bad name that I miss, I badly managed the land related things to a organization and that, this and all. They said, I saw the chart. I said, your guru has given you an opportunity to go through the karma in a much easier way inside this small organization rather than going out and becoming a Telegi. You know Telegi? Yeah, I forgot his full name. Something like that you would have done and you would have got more bad name all over the world. So better he went through this and finished here. So your guru helped you with that. That's how it happens. That's why Guru's presence is so important and powerful. So all these is difficult to again calculate the time is because somebody like this will come, some guru, and he will do something else and something else change. So every moment things are changing. Right now things are changing. Have you observed your body? Every second there are thousands and thousands of cells dying, new ones taking birth. It's a universe on its own. Have you just observed? One day don't do anything, just sit and observe your own body. There's a universe of leg, there's a universe of hand, there's a universe of stomach. The most dirty universe is the stomach. Poor thing. Isn't it? And you see how many millions of cells are there and there are doing something or the other is going on. See how much things are going on in that. Yes or no? All these you should sit and think just because it will expand your thought process. And Jyotisha is about expanding that consciousness, expanding the existence. When you understand in a broader sense, then you will understand the smaller ones also quite well. Or you understand the smaller one quite well, you will understand the broader sense also quite well. That's how Jyotisha works. Am I making sense or am I going round and round? I don't know. Sometimes these subjects are so, what you say, Rahu's influence is like that. It is so beyond logical existence that you don't have much better words to explain it. But one thing I'll tell you, Jyotisha, right way of seeing Jyotisha is division. Time you divide, space you divide. You take that reference point, you get results to that place. Same thing, same chart. If you are born in 1965 at a certain time and a certain period, the same time if one country has taken birth, like 1947 India took birth, somebody also took birth also. Correct? Yes or no? So many people took birth in 1947, August 15th. India took birth also in its present form. So now what you can do, you divide it to small person. Then you are seeing individual chart. Same grahas, give different result. But now you go bigger in a different reference point of space. You see the country's chart. Beyond that solar system's chart, there is no point in seeing because nothing is going to come out of it. Correct, no? But the world's chart also you can see at that time what was happening around the world. 1947, so many countries took independence. Do you know that? Not just India. From around 1940 to 1950, so many countries said we are, we are going away from this queen. Getting my point? And still there are so many people who are still inside Commonwealth. I mean, see the karma of these people. They want to be in, there is nothing common in that wealth. All the wealth has gone in England and it has sat there. And they just for the sake of speech, they say Commonwealth. Where is the wealth? They took everything to England and happily enjoyed. One thing which is not common with this English people is the wealth. It is their pocket only. Looted everyone, made it, and proudly they show it off also. That lady used to wear that koinur on her head all the time, showing off. See, we looted it from you. The most stupidest thing you can do. Sometimes things are so illogical. You looted a country, you took a precious item out of that country, you would rather hide it, no? You will not show it to the world. See, I have looted this, I am putting it on my head. Anyway. So, what happens? Even in your life, if we take individual chart, it will not give you result unless you divide it. Division is the way ahead. Time you have to divide, quality you have to divide. Then only you will get the result. That's why the last pillar of reading a chart according to Maharshi Parashara is Varga Chakra or divisional charts, where you divide each and every bhava of yours, each and every rashi of yours. Okay? The more you start dividing, the more precise results you are going to get. Getting my point? So, divisional charts is mainly numbered according to how many divisions you do of a rashi. Now, when I say Surya in Mithuna, 30 degrees is a very large area. It's not a small area. 1 degree of movement of Surya is a big movement. See, we generally see the chart, 1 degree, that's it, it's okay. No. 1 degree of movement is very big. It has to give results. For that 1 degree, so many things would have changed. But you cannot make out because you are seeing in a very small area of chart. So 1 degree doesn't make much of a sense for you if you see Rashi chart. So what you do, you have to divide that Rashi. Let us say you have Lagna in Mithuna and there is Surya in that. You take that Mithuna Rashi and divide it into 2 parts. If you divide it into 2 parts, that becomes your D2. Why? You divide it into 2 parts. You didn't divide it at all, D1. Then you divided each Rashi into 2 parts, it became your D2 chart. Now you may ask, I divided, okay, how do I know how does it come to the form of a chart? I just divided it is fine. Correct. Now there are rules how to divide the chart. In Parashara Hora Shastra it is given. You divide the chart into multiple parts. After that you take first part In whichever graha falls in that first part, you keep it in certain position. You make one more chart. You take one more 12 houses. You divide it into two parts. Then you start keeping it in different rashis depending on certain rules. There are rules for it. We'll not get into all those details because you'll really get confused. You'll understand why. Because I spoke only about the two divisions. You make into three divisions, it becomes D3. You make it into four divisions, it becomes D4. Like that, there is D1, no division, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10, D11, D12, D16, D20, D24, D30, D40, D45, D60. These are the normally used ones. In Parashara Hora Shastra, some of them are not given. These have come from other texts. Okay? Like D9 is there, D7 is not there. D5 is not used much. D3 is used. D1, D2, D3, D9. But we have taken from other texts, and then these are the most important divisional charts. D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10, D11, D12. And then comes the other ones. D16. Generally, D16 is the expansion of D4. After 12, you start 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 minus 12 is how much? 4. So, fourth chart's extension is D16. D20. Eighth chart extension is D20. Because 20 minus 12 is 8. D24. D24 is generally first chart's extension. It will be 0, so first chart. There is no 0. D30 is sixth chart's expansion. Like this. You getting my point? So you have to divide. So, but D1 to D12 is generally, there are multiple school of thoughts here again. For my understanding and my, reading charts with experience and whatever I have read, I always relate to the first 12 charts to the first 12 bhavas of somebody's life. D1 is his physical existence. D2 is for Dana, Hora. It's called Hora. D3 is for Sahaja. It's named something else. I'll show you all that. Then D4 is for related to house, wealth, mother, all these. Wealth means not the Dhana Bhava. This is, static wealth, which cannot move, immovable wealth. D5 is for happiness, children, and so on and so forth. D7 is for partners. This is where a lot of confusion is there. I take D7 for partners, I take D9 for all dharmic actions, and marriage includes dharmic action. According to me, marriage has to be seen from D9, not from D7. But you cannot see about partners in D9, you have to see it in D7. You can have partners without marriage also. But, D9 tells about official partner. D7 you will have unofficial partners also. So many people are smiling, so happy. Interesting. You got the idea? D8 is all about your connection with the other realm. Somebody's D8 is little screwed, you can see all multiple other realm people coming saying, hello, how are you? How is your morning breakfast? All these things will happen. People coming complaining, ayo, bhaiya, I am seeing subtle bodies. Somebody told me Bhuta Cheshta is there. Pretabada, some Jyotishi told me. My wife was all okay. All of a sudden, she started acting like Putni. Her eyes becomes red. She starts scolding. I say, "A natural marriage, pa, no bhuta preta and all." But all connection with other realms happens in D8. You can see from there. Somebody whose D8 chart is very strong can see all these people, dead people roaming around. All this quite possible. D9, all dharmic actions, whatever dharmic actions one does is seen through D9. D10 is about work. Half of the time I open the chart for consultation, I'll be looking at D10, D9 and D5. Problem is no children problem, no marriage problem, no job problem. Oh, these are the only three questions which are primarily which people have. Next will be when will I buy a house? When I, what else? Maybe sometimes I have problem with my brothers sisters,
Clearing
something like
debts.
clearing debts. So these kinds of some other auxiliary questions will be there. But primary question will be marriage, children, work.
Has anybody comment said I see Bhutas Pretas? Want to
Huh?
get rid of them? Has anybody comment said he sees Bhutas and Pretas, he want to get rid of them?
Of course. That is a regular thing. Yeah,
Surprise.
yeah. They are all, see, if you have any doubts that they are not there, have no doubts. All these subtle existence is there. You cannot see doesn't mean they are not there. But that
But
doesn't mean it is exactly like how you see in the movies.
it's relating to that. See, we all might experience in a way or the other, right? But relating that to the thought is important. Like I was talking to somebody. So on a black screen, I know it's a black, but when it's complete black, I cannot say it's a screen or it's nothing. It's a reference point should be there to understand that it is something.
You cannot understand it unless you have it in your chart. So that's the point.
But yeah,
I,
that
I have had a very interesting conversation with somebody. They are telling, there is no bhuta, preta and all. I could see one behind him itself. So keeps happening. All these are there.
but yeah, that schizophrenia people say, psychiatrists say.
All mental health problems which are very acute have some or the other influence from subtle bodies. Acute mental health issues. And in Ayurveda, they are treated as pretabada. In Ayurveda, it is considered as pretabada. There is no mental health issue in Ayurveda. You find no psychologist in Ayurveda. Have you ever heard of psychologist in Ayurveda? No. And half of the psychologists have one more person sitting next to them. So all these connections are there. And they're also waiting for you to talk about them. They'll come. That's the beauty of it. No, actually, there is a very bad misunderstanding about all these. See, there are many levels of. I think I've already spoken about this. No, I should not repeat this. Yeah. Let's go further. D8, D9, D10. D11 is for labha, what you get out of your actions, labha. D12 is about vyaya, what you are going to spend. D12 is also of 12th house, so of spiritual activities and all you can see. D16 is the expansion of D4, so you can see all related to your assets. I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, all that you can see in D16. D20, more of the 8th house continuation. And then D24 is more generally, means it's quite interesting why people see it. I don't use D20 and D24 too much. Means personally, I don't find it useful. So I don't use it. Three of the charts which I don't use a lot is, this is my personal thing, nothing against them, is 20, 24 and 27 is there, by the way. I forgot. D27 and D30. So I don't use D27 too much. I don't use D30 too much. Some people take D27 very seriously because it shows, it's called Nakshatra Amsha. So it is kind of replication of your Nakshatra chart. If somebody reads the chart according to Nakshatras, it is kind of replication of that, is what is understood. That's why it's called Nakshatra Amsha. But next divisional charts I use a lot. D40. So D40 is for mother. D45 is for father. D60 is your own chart, which I call it as the most individualized chart. Every 2 minutes, D60 chart changes. What? Is it right?
2 hours, right?
No. 2 hours is for Lagna to change.
Okay.
Okay, let's do a small calculation. Your Lagna, how much time does it take to change? Each Rashi?
2 hours.
2 hours?
1.5 hour to 2.5 hours.
No, 2 hours is the correct number. It takes 2 hours. Now you take 2 hours, divide that Rashi into 60 parts. How much is one Rashi's degrees? 30 degrees. Divide it into 60 parts. How much is it? 0.5. Correct? Now you divide 2 hours by 0.5. Okay, it became too complicated now. So basically understand this, every 2 minutes you have a different D60 chart because Lagna changes. You do the math later, you sit and do.
Basically, 1 degree is 4 minutes, half degree is 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, the degree will change and move on to the next this
Rashi.
division part.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why it is changing. You are correct. So I am bad at teaching mathematics, so don't ask me. I flunk in maths. So that's why I call it as the most individualized chart. Doesn't mean that D1 chart is not yours. That is also yours. It's like an ice cream cone. If you take the ice cream cone, you see the tip of the ice cream cone, or rather the bottommost part of it, or you take a pyramid. What happens? The base is also the part of the pyramid, but the top also is part of the pyramid, right? So in the same way, D60 is the most individualized, that one dot which is you. But as you come like a cone, it opens up. That is also you. Everything falls in that cone. All other divisional charts. So D60 is the most individualized chart. Lot of people think that they can tell somebody's hair color, body body type, everything, seeing only the natal chart, D1. Not possible. Because whoever is born in 2 hours will have the same color, everything. Do they all look same? No. Very rare to find exact same divisional chart with the same exact all other charts. You'll never find it. Even twins who are born will have a different D60 chart. The best way to read a twin's chart is to read his or her D60 chart. Somebody came to me with a twins chart of a boy and a girl. Twins, they were very rare case. You get this.
If their
And
non-time is less than 2 minutes, then it will be difficult because that.
no, it is not like that. Because not necessary that every time the Lagna will start at 0 in your D60. So it can be as small as 5 seconds also, they can be different, Rashis. It's not that simple.
Fair, right. Or-
Even 1 second also it can be a different Rashi. Okay. The moment Rashi changes, Lagna changes the Rashi, the whole chart changed. See, if instead of having Vrishabha Lagna, you have Mithuna Lagna, your first house, second house, everything changed. Correct? So, you can exactly tell. A lot of people have come to me with twins, and very rare you get astrologers saying proper stuff about twins because they don't use divisional charts. If you don't use divisional charts, you can never read a twins chart. You'll go wrong horribly. Because you have to take out D60. And this boy and girl, that day, I don't know, something came on me. I was able to tell every minute details about the boy and the girl. What the girl's interest is, what the boy's interest is, they're totally different. And they're twins with hardly, if I'm not wrong, 2 minutes difference or something. I don't remember now exactly. Getting my point? Both are very different interests. I told them, one you make an engineer, other a doctor. That's how they are going to have, study also. So divisional charts are very, very, very important. My whole school of thought with respect to studying charts is based on divisional charts. If you take away divisional charts from me, I will not read charts anymore. I start and end with divisional charts. And very rare people use divisional charts because it is difficult to get it in the first place because you have to get the time absolutely right. So nowadays, little more I have become lazy, and also sometimes you read so many charts, you kind of develop an intuition of reading the chart. Then you don't need to go into these minute details. Otherwise, I used to time correct for seconds. I don't know if any of you have come to me about a year back or 2 years back. At that time, I used to tell the people who have come for consultation, your time of birth is different. It is 8 hours, 52 minutes and 32 seconds. Nowadays, I don't do that. It's too time consuming and I have become lazy.
How do you do that, Vijay?
Well, I cannot give all my secrets out, can I?
You can, Vijay, you can.
No, it is not that difficult, but you need to learn how to study the chart. So then you know what you have to do. You need to have a very good observation skills. You have to match the chart with the person's, physical appearance. I feel that D60 is the right chart to match a person's physical appearance. And I have got it right most of the time. Means 99.9% of the time I have got it right. If not, I have to change the time to make it right. So end of the day, get the D60 chart to match that person's physical appearance. You're done. You got the right time. That's it. Then I have to take different parts of the body, if it matches or not. Lagna has a very strong guru's influence to that person, and that person is looking like this thin, emancipated. It cannot happen. Whenever guru's influence is there, the person will become fat. They cannot escape it. Are you able to understand this? With Shani's influence, the person cannot be fat, he has to be lean. So if the chart D60 chart says something else, then your timing is wrong. That's why I generally ask people, switch on your videos while doing the consultation. I see them. Okay. Color matches or not. Face matches or not. Is it a round face? Ideally speaking, you should see the person full. Means you initially, when I started seeing physical body as a time correction tool, then I was to ask them, you send a photograph of your whole body, means standing or where I can see. Otherwise, it's very difficult to make out in this small face portrait. What is called what is it called?
Passport size.
Passport size photo. It's very difficult to make out. But then, as you say you grow old, you get lazy. But also you develop some intuition. Then you will just exactly this time is right or this is wrong. Initially, I used to compare how many children, brothers and sisters they have and correct the time. But then I stopped doing it because it's in D3. Means you are correcting time only to D3, then you are not going more precise.
Anna, D60 is coming from D1. D1 is coming from the person's assumed time of birth.
D1 itself, correct.
So when we are looking at D60, how are we correcting back the time of birth? Because it is coming from the person's assumed time of birth, right?
Yes, Pa. So we see, when you see divisional charts, no, the first rule is you'll never see only the divisional chart. You should not consider only D60. You should consider D1 and D60. See, now I'll tell you how we use divisional chart. Divisional chart is like your main door. You have to enter the house, you have to go through the main door. So the boundary is already fixed by the division, the D1 chart, not divisional chart, D1 chart. The divisional charts cannot override the D1. This is the first rule of reading divisional charts. What? Your D1 chart, whatever it says, D60 cannot override it. So if you have, it's like, for example, you have 1 kilo of aloo. You cannot make, khichdi with 1 kg for 50 people. Are you able to understand? Or you have some 5 kilos of rice. You can only go to the extent of 5 kilos. Beyond that, you cannot go. Because you only have 5 kilos. So D1 has already defined that 5 kilos. How much can you utilize your chart? So D60 can only go up to that extent. It cannot go beyond that. Getting my point? If D1 is saying you can grow up to this much height, you can only grow up to that height. You cannot grow more than that. Just because D6 tells you, oh, you can be a Lambu Latak, you will not be. Getting my point? Your D1 says, nice middle class, enjoyable life. If D60 is showing, oh, Elon Musk, it cannot happen. Not possible, because D1 is not approving. But it can happen that D1 is approving, but D60 is rejecting. It has gone below. Getting my point? So the first approval has to come from D1. If D1 is approving, then divisional charts approve. You'll have if there's a problem if you have a fight with your mother all the time, 4th house also will be some kind of affliction will be there. Chandra also will have some kind of affliction. And then you see D40, you can see that affliction. Everything perfect and D40 will show wrong? No. Are you able to understand this? Then D40 is wrong chart. Getting my point? Is it confusing? Divisional charts?
And before softwares were there, how were the astrologers doing all these charts?
They have to write all these charts. That's why they stopped. One of the biggest reasons why divisional charts was not used for a very long time. Probably after Parashara Maharshi, people stopped writing the charts because it is not easy to write the chart. You have to divide each one. You know the beauty of it? After you divide, each part has a lord of his own. For D60 chart, there are 60 lords. Different lords who rule that division.
I was saying probably when we relate this to live chart, that probably will make more sense because theoretically it's getting into the mind, but
Uh,
actually use कैसे करना है, how to use it will probably help us more.
just like how you use Rashi Chakra. There is no great
There are two
difference.
different charts. No? How do you relate two different charts? One is strong, one is weak in one chart.
That is, weak and strong is not through quality, it is through your Shadbala and Vimshopakabala. Don't get confused.
The other aspects also, the avasthas of those rashis. But will that change in, let's say, D60?
Yes, of
Lagna
course.
gets changed.
Well, 1 second, let's open a D60 chart. Oh, I have to now mute somebody or something. Okay. Let me share the. I'll not share the unclean desktop. First, let me.
Now, while you're working on it, for Gautam Siddhartha, at that point of time, how did the astrologer precisely say that he would become saint?
Yeah, because he had that kind of a combination. If you have a combination of Vairagya, you will get Vairagya. So you can all see this chart now. You see, these are my general charts which I keep, my study charts. Means you can already see D1, Navamsha, Dashamsha, Ashtamsha, Khavedamsha, that is D40, Shashtyamsha, D60. So if I take this, see, this is Rashi Chakra or D1. D9, you have made it into 9 parts. It is written here, D9. Can you see that? So like that you can see D10, D8, D40, D60. Now first what you do, you check in your strength. Yay. What is this? See, in strength, what is happening here? If you want to read the chart, first you go to strength. You see which grahas are where. You have Lagna where? Here.
Makara.
This is Lagna, correct? So now what are you doing? From here, second house is Rahu, third house is Shani. Yes or no? Then this person has Guru and Surya in 6th house. Now Guru is also the 12th lord. Correct? Yes or no? Guru is 12th lord as well. Let us take up, for example, what you say, the health chart. Health is for D6. Now, the main chart is saying 6th house is for what? Ari. Correct?
Ari.
So, something related to health could be there. From where? Related to Guru and Surya. Now, in here, Shadbala says Guru is strong. It is not at all weak. And Surya is also strong. So, both are powerful. They are going to do something there. They'll do good or bad is the next question. But something is going to happen. So you go to D6 chart, which we generally use for health. Then we see where is Guru. Guru is not in a bad position because he is also the Lord. So 4th and 10th house is, which is also okay. No problem there. Okay. Lagnadipati itself is Guru in D6. So that is also looking fine. Lagnadipati is placed okay, not such a bad position. But what happens? Guru, is he in a happy place or a bad place?
Dina is in Buddha's place.
So now you got a problem here, because here also is happening the same. Surya is also doing it. Till now we didn't get into that. In terms of bhava placement, you read that, no? What you call quadrants in one of those classes. It was there. Recorded sessions, I think. It was played. Anyway, we'll not get into that. So your Guru is in Buddha's house, but for Buddha, Guru is, or rather for Guru, Buddha is
Sama.
Sama. So he is, for Sama, what is the state?
Dina.
Dina. So ideally speaking, here
Anna,
Guru is
so
not in a happy
Guru,
space.
Buddha is enemy, isn't it?
For Guru, Buddha is enemy, not Sama. Correct? Yes or no? Somebody tell the right thing, no? I don't know. You guys have to
Yes,
tell.
Anna, yes.
Yes, it is enemy for Buddha's
For Guru, Buddha is enemy, and but
Yes.
for Buddha, Guru is
Sama.
Sama.
Correct. Now what happens? Guru is not at all in a happy space. Correct? Even in here or even in here. Yes or no? So something related to Guru will happen, and something related to this house will happen, because he is unhappy there. Surya, if you take, he is in 6th house, and here also Surya is in 5th house. It is 5th, you see here.
Fifth
From here,
house.
5th house. But he is in company of Mangala. That's not bad. He is in Chandra's house. That is also not bad. So Surya, who was in a comparatively bad state here, who is powerful in Shadbala, is not so badly placed in D6. You got the comparison now. He is not very well placed here. So doesn't mean Surya will be very good here. But he cannot go beyond this, but he is okay. This Surya's badness will be defined by how bad is he here. You understood now? He will not become excellent just because of this. Surya in any of his chart will not become excellent just because he is in a good place in any of the charts. But how much bad he will be, that you can see through this. He is not going to create great trouble in your health chart. Who? Surya. But who will create trouble? Guru will create trouble. And especially where he is going to create trouble? In the 4th house. Correct? He is in enemy. Health related problems can come here. But he is also in 4th here. And I don't know if I have spoken about this, what you call the different parts of the body
Yes.
associated with, you know,
Not yet, Anna.
not.
Not yet.
Now, generally, I don't teach
We
it so
covered
early.
it. We covered it. You said it in the last class only. It was quick discussion. Head, face, stomach.
Correct.
all.
So,
Yes.
divide the whole body into 12 parts. That's it. Very simple. Now, if you take D6, what are you seeing? Health related problems we are seeing. So, Lagna becomes the head. So, you go from here, head. Next is neck, face. Next is neck. Then it is chest. Then this is digestive system. Stomach, and then below stomach, and then little below that intestines and all. There are so many organs which come here. Then this is the reproductive and excretory organs. These are thighs. This is knee. And this is calf muscles. Huh? What is it called? The just
Yeah,
below knee.
calf muscles.
And then this is your foot. You got the idea?
Yes.
Now what happens according to this what you say chart? Sixth house Guru is going to give trouble because he is agitated, is angry, and he is enemy's house, and he is a 12th lord also. He will bring some kind of vyaya. That's what I told you. 12th lord is sitting in 6th house. So vyaya will come from what? It is coming from the 6th house. He is a lord of 12th house as well. Or anything happens to his health, that will bring vyaya because he is looking at 12th house. So basically Guru is not a great graha for this person. First of all, he is irritated in enemy's house. On top of it, looking at vyaya in 6th house. That same Guru is going to work from which place?
Chest. Fourth house.
Chest area.
Chest. Yes. Yes.
And the lord of 4th is who? Chest area. Buddha, who is in fact sitting in the opposite 7th house. And he is in Dina. Means he is not happy because he is
Sama.
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 Avas.
correct. So this fellow is not happy and looking at his own house where his Sama person is sitting. But for Guru, his enemy is sitting in his own house.
Agitated.
So this house and this house are screwed. And your Lagna is also screwed because Lord itself is Guru. Correct, no? You got the idea, no?
Yes.
Now what can happen with this? Now one more thing is there. This Buddha, who else is he associated with? This house. Because he is Lord.
Rahu Ketu.
Now you compare all this. Huh?
Rahu Ketu together. Majorly opposite.
In calculation, after certain charts, like after 9th D10, you can get Rahu Ketu in the same place. That is due to the calculation part of it. Okay. So now this house is also afflicted. So there is and it is in quadrant, correct? You remember in Bhavas 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's in quadrant. So this combination becomes very powerful. So one thing this person is going to experience is related to 7th, related to 4th, and related to 10th. These parts will be afflicted. You got the idea? So, seeing all this, one thing you can definitely say is this is related to digestion, liver, or below that, intestine. It is afflicted. Chest is afflicted. And then knees are afflicted.
Okay.
Guru gives trouble, the person will be overweight. Weight will increase. So quite possible that due to weight he'll have knee related issues. First one. Second thing is because overweight also will give heart related issues. Which is also quite possible because the 4th house lord is also agitated. So overweight and heart related problems are quite visible. And this heart related issue will also be affected by 7th house indigestion, lack of proper digestion, because your intestine area is afflicted. One more problem is Surya, who is not so bad here, but he is bad here. That Surya is sitting in the 5th house, so acidity related issues will be there. That is one of the symptoms of heart related problem also. You need to know a little bit of medicine.
Biology. Anatomy.
So now, yeah. So what happened now? This person, the challenges of having a heart attack is very high.
Chest area can be lungs also, right?
Yes, but is wind element giving trouble or not? You have to see. Something which consistently sustains the body is what is going to get troubled. But then there are other things also. Means I just didn't come to this conclusion because of only that. I have some other things which I have seen, but difficult for me to explain you at this point of time. Because Surya is now in a bad state, and Mangala is also in a very bad state, because Mangala and Ketu are together in 8th house, and that Mangala is here. Mangala represents blood also, so something related to blood will be there. So you cannot say lungs, but more towards blood movement, lack of movement of blood, or stoppage of movement or destruction of movement of blood. All these things can be seen. So, and on top of it, your Shani
Yeah,
is Ucha.
Mangala is with Ketu, but Mangala is in the house of Surya, and Mangala's strength is also strong, 127.
Correct. So Mangala is powerful to give trouble, results. Mangala will give heat.
So powerful give results. So results is positive and negative. That's what we'll look at six.
But here problem is Mangala is with Ketu.
Okay, because of Ketu gets affected.
It's
Oh, he is
Kruda.
agitated. It is agitated.
Lot of fire. Lot of fire. See, Ketu is fire of destruction. Mangala is already fire. Fire in which place? You have fire in intestine area. It's not a good idea. 6th house, wind related issues.
But
8th house.
but Mangala is in good place.
Mangala is in good place, but that's what I'm telling. Mangala Ketu is afflicted, no? See, if Ketu is already afflicted, Mangala here. Overall, fire has increased in this chart. If you see, Surya and Mangala are together, and then there is Ketu here also, and there is Ketu Mangala here also. Generally, you see a lot of fire in this person, health related, not, got the problem. Now, 8th house is also for related to coming from different dimensions and also coming unnoticed, unexpected. Ketu Mangala in this position is a very dangerous position in that way. Generally, this kind of combination may give some kind of accident. But then, as you said, Mangala is not bad. The combination is not happening in a bad space for Mangala. It's happening in good space, in Surya's house. So it need not be very bad. The event may happen, but not be as bad. But you cannot say that until you see D8. So if you see in D8, Shani is, Chandra is together, Mangala is in 7th house in one place. So it's okay. It's not that bad at all. So Mangala is in a good position in D8. Correct. Now, first I said there could be some problem related to accident. Now I take back my words because Mangala is not so much creating trouble here. You got the idea now. It may not harm. Even if some event happens, it may not harm at all. This is how you deduce. This was telling something, but this was not telling a full, answer. But then this told a lot. Now coming to D60, this is what I was talking about. Very, very important chart. Now this person's Lagna is in Tula Rashi. It has Mangala and Buddha's influence. There comes the catch. I said Guru's influence is strong here, in D6. Overweight may give a problem. But your D60 is not telling that he will be overweight. See, so much of you have to go into so much of details to get the understanding of the chart. See, this has to approve, no? Means D60 is not telling it's overweight. It is just saying it is in 6th house. You go to, D1. In D60, Guru is in 9th house. And 9th is very good position, but he is still agitated in the same place. So it is not just overweight. There is something else happening here. This person need not be too heavy, means to give trouble. So now we have to go back to D6 and compare it with D60. That's why you will not come to a conclusion only by seeing D1 and D6. D1, D6, D60 you see. Because there are, in these 2 hours of Lagna, so many people are born. Everybody will have different problems. Not necessarily same problem. They may have same problem also. Correct? Now you have to find out of all those people what kind of problem this fellow is. You have to see these two both. So what happens now? You can't just see D1, you can't just see D8, you can't just see only D60, you have to see all this. Then you will get the answer. Let me just clear this. And let me open D6 now. Now all my analysis has to change a little now. Why? D60 is not approving that. Getting my point? According to D60, it's not a big trouble, but still you see 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th house Lord is in 9th. Still 6th house, there is a problem. And the Lord is who? Guru. So in a way, Guru here is translating here also. There is a problem. But not a huge problem. If this Guru was here, no, forget it. What we said is absolutely right. One more, what you say, there is a clue here. You see Lagna, who is Lagnadipati? Shukra. Shukra is with whom? Rahu. So Shukra is not with somebody or in influence of somebody who can give a huge weight. So Shukra is not giving weight here. And you have Buddha and Mangala's influence here. Now Buddha and Mangala, when it comes, Buddha is all about being athletic. Buddha is a youth, no, it's a boy. So all about athleticism. So there is lot of athleticism in the body according to this D60 chart. And there is Mangala's influence also on top of it. Generally Mangala people, when the influence is there, Mangala is who? Commander. How is a commander? You will have a pot-belly commander?
No, strong.
So
Very,
now
very.
you have to revisit your definition. So physically this person is not defining this. Arre, problem.
He's not
So,
overweight.
Question. Guru's
but
fifth drishti won't,
tell me, ma.
Guru's fifth drishti won't affect the weight in D60.
Quite possible, because he is a 6th lord sitting in this. But now you see in Shadbala, who is strong? Mangala is very strong. Shukra is very strong. Guru is not. Oh, Guru is also strong actually. So all of them are affecting it. So now you see, you can actually give a very interesting definition to this. It may end up being absolutely right also. This person could be a person who focus on bodybuilding. If you see that person, you will get to know. There is a good tendency of getting heart-related issues. There are 2 ways this person can get affected. Do over of this. Mangala and Buddha are together. Mangala is not in a happy space. Overdo it. The same Mangala is with Ketu here. Go to a level of destruction and overdo it. Tendency you see, no? Here Mangala is very strong. He can give results. That fellow is with Ketu here in 8th house. So from Mangala you are going to get some kind of problem which you don't expect, or it comes from, it's like an accident. No, not like not just accident. What is the right word? It is coming from Randra. That means something unexpected. Again, unexpected results coming from Mangala affecting your D6, your body. So now what happened? My analysis was right. There will be heart related issues. But
Anna,
it may, huh?
but in Shadvala, Buddha is weak, no? So still will affect.
So Buddha is weak. So Mangala will override Buddha. That is why Mangala is affecting Lagna more than Buddha. You see, there are two types of bodybuilders. You open Google and you check. One who is very athletic. You see all these special forces people. They have such athletic body and well built. But then there are these bodybuilders who lift only weights. They look like buffaloes. But no endurance. Ask them to run for 1 kilometer, they'll fall off in 100 meters. Are you able to understand this? So you are looking at somebody like that here. He's not very athletic because Buddha is not able to give enough to Lagna, but Mangala is giving it. Which is well told by Guru's influence also. That means there is some level of weight involved. Getting my point? Isn't it interesting? I know it is little tricky.
Very,
Huh?
very tricky.
But amazing, no? Just by looking at this, I could see so many things. You know, one of the most interesting part, this person will have a birthmark on his face. He'll have a birthmark on his reproductive organs, he or she, and also will have a birthmark on the knee.
How?
Yeah, I should not tell everything. Why should I tell?
Body parts relate to the D60 house.
Yeah. Not just D60, you can take it in D6 also. And D1 also.
But the precise things that you said, the birthmarks, these are on
That I took from D60.
and D60, the adhipati of that Rashi, how that person is.
Yes,
Guru
of
is not
course.
happy, there's a
D60 will
birthmark.
define how this person is altogether. You can define every part of the body of this person. And it will come out absolutely perfect. You'll go
But
bonkers with what
D2,
and all can be told.
D2, D2, D60 house to Mangala.
Huh?
D60 house to is Mangala, Mangala's house.
Okay.
And Mangala is happy, strong, also sitting in his own house. Why is there birthmark? Birthmark has how it signifies positive, negative.
No,
I
he's
didn't tell
talking
you how
about.
birth. I didn't tell you how I found the birthmark. So,
Exactly. That's what I wanted to check and get into.
no, no.
How is it related? Because I'm not exactly,
First you
but
start reading all this, then I'll teach you that.
okay.
How?
Correct.
Then you'll only be searching birthmarks. So,
No, no, no.
just to give you a hint how things work, I told you.
Right, right, right.
But first you start reading this. Means it's not simple. It looks very simple. Next tomorrow you keep all this, these 6 charts and you want to read, brain will freeze.
In the same chart, also, we have just seen with all these things about Guru's uh, effect on his physical build. But what about his stomach and his knees that we discussed about? And stomach and knees broadly. That will also be digestion and knees that will also get affected because of
Yeah,
replacement.
what are the grahas affecting? How is it? You
Each will
see, 8th house Shani will tell very clearly that some kind of problem will come here, but he's not a 6th lord. He is, 4th and 5th lord. So the body parts are also defined by these grahas who are there,
okay.
not just looks. The quality of the part is also defined by these grahas. for this person may generally have a little, heavier side in terms of thighs.
Because of
Also, also have a little bigger neck due to Guru's influence. But face could be little more thin and small compared to his body structure, his or her body structure, because Shani's influence is on face. Getting my point?
Shani's influence, how do you say it is small and big? That's quality of that sort of thing.
That's the quality of the graha. Shani is always represented with servants, and servants are not well nourished per se. Guru is the most contented person, generally pot belly, heavy, and all these things are associated with Guru. Chill, relax, big stomach, enjoy life. Perfect example of Guru is laughing Buddha. So you want to imagine Guru, you imagine laughing Buddha. You can associate like this to different characters. Shukra, a most beautiful looking lady. I purposefully use the word lady because beauty is associated with women, not with men. Nobody says beautiful man. Yeah, that's why Shukra is a feminine graha. And Shukra is associated with beauty. You can never define men with beauty. If you start defining men with beauty, there's something seriously wrong with the gender. That's a core quality of the gender. You cannot change it. Unfortunately, people have, all these misogynistic ideas come in. I don't know if I pronounced it right. See, male gender has its qualities. Female gender has its qualities. It doesn't mean one is big or one is small. That is how the quality is. An apple has its own quality, orange has its own quality. No matter what, apple cannot become orange, orange cannot become apple. What a female can do, a male cannot do. Practically impossible. And what a male can do, the female, cannot do. They are two different, coming from two different spaces. If one doesn't understand it and want to compete with each other, that's the most stupidest thing one can do. Because you are going away from your nature and wanting to do something. And I'm not telling here that women should cook and men should work. Don't get me wrong. What I'm telling here is the quality, feminine character and masculine character. Masculine doesn't mean great and feminine doesn't mean bad. It's a wrong definition again. How a feminine character can bring the family together, masculine character cannot do it. It's impossible. The way masculine character can bulldoze people with the masculine quality, feminine characters cannot do. That's not the core nature of the character. Such a beautiful subject. It's very badly misunderstood due to this great hero, this Rahu. Kali Yuga, Rahu is the Lord. He makes everything misunderstanding is on the highest level. Anyway, I'll not get into that male-female thing now. It will take forever to explain. Even timelines are different, by the way. Do you know that? For men, the efficiency timeline is for 24 hours. Mornings, they become very powerful. By 12 o'clock, they start losing their energy. By evening, they are very tired. So it is a they take rest in the night, again get up in the morning, become very powerful. That is a timeline of men. For women, it is not per day timeline. It is 15 days timeline. 15 days, their energy goes up all the way. Consistently, it will go up all the way. And then other 15 days, it will come down.
Chandrakala.
So for women, it is more to do with their monthly cycle. Opposite date of the monthly cycle, they'll be very powerful. Means they'll become very efficient in their work. Expecting them to do day, morning and evening work like how men do is a horrible thing. Actually, 15 days they can do more work than men can do in their whole month. That is efficiency. But after that, you cannot expect them to be so efficient. See, that is the nature. That is the way it works. But unfortunately, it's a men-dominated society. Morning, evening work, it has happened like that. Women also have to follow that. That's why most of the time they are not efficient. Because you're not able to, means that's not the nature, no. You give them 15 days and tell them you finish the work, 1 month work, they'll finish in that 15 days and relax for next 15 days. That's the best way for women to work actually. If you want to study, you study in that positive cycle of your, time. You'll get fantastic results. You want to do any efficient work, plan in your positive cycle, not on the negative cycle. But for men, it is more to do with morning cycle. Morning 6 to afternoon 12 o'clock, whatever you do will be very powerful. You may not know. You may tell, I am a night guy. No. You're horrible at night. Mornings you do, you'll get very good efficiency. First few days you may feel because you are not used to it. But after some time you see, morning 4 o'clock to 12 o'clock is the perfect time for men to work. Anirudh, you wanted to ask something.
Anna, for the current chart, we concluded that he's not very athletic and also he'll have heart issues. So if this person gets to know about this, so can he do something about it? Can he get athletic, or since Buddha is the lowest Shadbala, he not
To
know
a certain
whatever?
extent he or she can. I didn't say it is he. Means it is just we use the word he. We are used to it. It can be a she also.
But can they do something about it?
To a certain extent they can. That's why they go to an astrologer. Otherwise there is no work for us. We don't need to study all this. That's why you do remedies. You do remedies, you can bring it under control to a certain extent. What is the time, Pa? I'm going on talking. 9:46. Okay.
And one question. In Shedbala, you said 100 is the passing score. So now when we say 120, 130, it's a good score. So between 100 and 120, like there's a lot of room. So most of the conclusions we are making is sort of subjective, like, okay, he might be weight, he might have this problem. So when it's, let's say 110, 108, how do we sort of get some confidence with our judgments?
See, you are again getting confused between quality and quantity. Below 100, the Graha is not capable of giving enough result. Above 100, it will give result. Doesn't mean that he will only be the one to give result. Now, if 107 is your Buddha's Shadbala, 143 is your Shukra's Shadbala, and Buddha and Shukra come together for something, who will win?
Avastha will determine it. Let's assume
No,
that
Avastha will not determine who is going to overpower. Strength is different. See, if Shukra and Buddha have a fight,
Shukra will empower.
Shukra.
Why? Shukra has power to empower, no? Means
Right.
Shukra will demolish irrespective of Buddha's strength. See, for this person, this is the line. Buddha could be the lowest, but he's not bad. But on top, but if he comes in contact with Shukra, he cannot beat Shukra. It doesn't have so much power. So let us say, see, Shukra is where? Shukra is in a good place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He or she will have a very good marital life, to put it in a nice way. Now what happens? Shukra is overpowering this. He is has completely taken over this 5th house. He is bulldozing this 5th house. Nobody can go and disturb this house. When this Buddha is transiting this house, he can do nothing. Because his Shukra is very powerful. Shukra is very powerful. Now he can do something about this house when transiting if at that time Shadbala of Buddha is more than this. During the transit, let us say some year of this person's life, Buddha has more power, that is more than 153 he has to come. Then he can manage to take over this house for that period of time, 1 month, because Buddha will cross. At that 1 month, Buddha may take over this house and give different results than the Shukra gives. But otherwise, most of the time it will be Shukra's energy working. In transit I am talking about. That's timeline. But right now, Buddha is not at all worried about this house because he is nowhere near to it. If you see, there is only one graha which is working, or rather 2 grahas. There is Shani. Shani's drushti is there, 3rd house drushti on that Shukra. So there are only 2 grahas. But Shani is also not as powerful to give results. So primarily Shukra will be giving results in the 5th house.
So even within the divisional charts, we use the same approach. We go by the same
Yes,
approach.
of course we can use the same approach. Because Shadbala tells about the strength of the graha no matter where he goes. But you have other ones also. Means you can take this Vimshopaka Bala, you can take this other balas, but that will take it some other time. It will only make it more worse for you. But the one which approves is your main chart, right? When Shukra is telling, I have owned this place, nobody can come and talk. No matter how much you go, wherever you go, they cannot overpower this Shukra. No, it is so powerful. In your divisional chart, some other person has to be very strong. You have to take Shadbala of that and then check to overpower this. Getting my point?
What
Which
if
is not
Shukra is in
that.
the enemy's house?
See, that itself will define. That itself will defy our first rule. Divisional charts cannot overpower your Rashi Chakra. So it cannot so happen that any other graha will go beyond Shukra and give some great results in 5th house. So related to 5th house only I am talking. I am not talking about any other house. So don't get confused. So Shukra will have a very strong influence on children, physical intimacy and all these kinds of things. Yes, somebody was asking something. Sorry, I missed it.
No, Shukra go in division chart. Shukra goes in enemy's house.
So that part of life will be agitated because he is very powerful. He can give results. See, this person is defining his or her whole happiness with respect to Shukra. Because Shukra is there. Shukra is defining the happiness. That Shukra goes to a bad space somewhere. Like for example, is there anywhere this person's Shukra is not so great?
In D10, Shukra.
So here itself you see mother's chart.
Yeah.
Shukra, Guru are together. Both are, Shukra is not a big fan of Guru. So this is a very powerful Shukra defining happiness. That same happiness graha has gone to the second house in mother's chart. So there is some communication related problem with mother created by Shukra. Of course, along with Guru. So this happiness related to mother is going down, not up. Because the same Shukra cannot give happiness here. Correct, no?
Fascinating, Anand.
So that's why you see, somebody sees the chart. See this person, they say, oh, Shukra, very good, you wear a diamond. Diamond is the stone for Shukra. First thing happens is this person's libido will go all the way up. It will become an animal. Already Shukra strong in Vrishabha, super powerful. Will not be able to stop. On top of it, you put one diamond. The diamond will increase Shukra's power more. First thing he'll have is a big fight with mother. Are you able to understand this? These are all the side effects of wearing a diamond for this person. This person may have some very good result here. Even though Surya is not a friend of Shukra, it's not bad, it's okay. Buddha is there with Shukra. So generally Shukra will overpower this whole place. So he'll have good results here, Labha. So in work, if this person goes and asks the astrologer, sir, my work I need more improvement, he will check, oh, Shukra, you wear diamond. So this goes up, no doubt. But this goes down. Same Shukra was giving great results here, has gone down. Are you able to understand this? Here Rahu is in second house, Dhanabhava. So somebody saw, oh, Rahu, Dhanabhava, you wear that, what is it called? I am not able to get that word. Not cat's eye, one more. Vaidurya. I am not getting the right word. The stone for Rahu.
Jade.
Not jade. No.
Pearl.
Huh? Stone for Rahu, somebody Google it, English word, you tell me. I know the stone, I know the Kannada word, I can't get the...
Gomedika.
Gomeda. Not Vaidura, Gomeda. That is correct. But Gomeda, what do you call in English? I'm trying to understand.
Hesonite.
Hesonite. Yeah. So now you see, if somebody sees and tells, oh, you wear Gomeda for this person to get more money, well, go ask our money beku sir. Oh, wear Gomeda. Now, problem here is, you see, Rahu has gone in 5th house in marriage chart. This person is married and Rahu is there in 5th house. The happiness quotient, expectation will increase in Rahu's place. Rahu is also expectation. Unreasonable expectation. So this person will start defining happiness to a very higher level. And 5th house is also for physical intimacy. So his expectation will go very high. Already Shukra is in a strong position. So there will be a huge imbalance in what can be there in marriage and what he thinks or he wants or she wants. It will only create more trouble in marriage. Not satisfied will create trouble. You got the idea? So what happens in one Rashi Chakra, if it is telling something, in Navamsha it is telling something, it may tell something else in D6 altogether. So same Graha can give good results in some divisional charts, can give bad results in other divisional charts. That's why some people who are very egoistic, they may have very good results at work. They come home, they'll have very bad results. They try to show the same ego with wife, she will slap one nicely, throw one tumbler on the head. Doesn't work. Are you able to understand? Any doubts? Can we please analyze the chart of someone?
Yeah, actually, my sister's. I just want a common thing. She's going through a phase,
Acha.
some kind of thing. So I just wanted to take collective
Ne-
opinion.
not collective. Next time you ask me in the class, I'll read this chart.
Okay.
Done? Chalo, let's conclude for today. Huh? So, this is how divisional charts work. Next two classes, then we'll conclude this batch. Already too much of information. It's for you to apply all this and then read divisional charts, it will take some time. Sit again in the one more batch. You'll revise everything. 100% it will come into the. So before I forget, Suma will scold me. There is on 13th, Amma, which is the date, Amma? I think 13th is the date she will announce in the group. There is 1 day session aligning with Grahas. It's a very good.
July 13th. Anna.
July 13th. So it's a 1 day session, morning to evening. Okay. So full day session. Very beautiful program. But there will be a minimum charge. How much do we charge for that? Just for the
I
commitment sake.
will post in the group. Anna.
It will be some small amount, some 500, 300, something that it will be.
And it is also open for everybody, those who are also not like new persons to Jyotish also can attend because the format of that course is different. Anna
Yeah.
explains everything and it is more of functional things which we can change at home. So it is for everybody. So we can all also forward it to people we know and it will be very, very useful. I've attended many times.
It's a beautiful program actually. Means 1 day you will get to understand Jyotisha so nicely. Especially Grahas. So 13th is the day. You all can join. Also ask your friends or anybody, enemies to join as well. All have some acceptance, they'll become calm. And also those who have taken consultation or who have experienced something from Jyotishya, you can share your experience with Namrata. Where is Namrata? Yeah, Namrata is there. You share your experience with Namrata. She is making a list of all the experiences. So she's making it's good to know how people feel. And it will inspire others.